Welcome to our second lecture, everybody. So in this lecture, we're going to cover some of the basics of R. The basics of R include, at least in today's lecture, how to install it, where to find it, as well as some basic commands that we'll be going through. So R, what is R? R is a statistical software, but also a programming language. It originated from a software that was known as S. S was designed back in, I believe, the early 1990s to solve the problem of having a very powerful type of statistical software to do more intricate type of data analysis. However, its open source companion, which was R, happened to just explode in popularity, and S has somewhat been deprecated. So now everything is in R. With respect to R, everything is open source, so you can see all of the code, if that's how deep you want to go at least, into what's going on. R acts as a wrapper around the programming language C. So a lot of the stuff you do in R is actually just calling things down to C code. With this stated, R is a very powerful type of software and programming language that we'll be using predominantly throughout our program. As I mentioned time and time before, Python is the competitor to R. Both have their distinct advantages and disadvantages. Which one should you know? You should probably learn both. In our program, we cover mostly R. But that shouldn't stop you from independently learning Python, because there are a lot of companies that do necessitate Python programmers who can work with the different data analysis packages that are often needed to go through the type of business analytics methodologies. So anyway, let's get right into it. So where do you find R and how do you download it? You can do a quick Google search, R download, okay? And you'll happen to see it pop up, literally first link, r-project.org. Click there, and you can go to CRAN, and you pick a mirror. Usually I like the Zero Cloud one. And then from there, you can find its download depending on what you have, Linux, Mac, or Windows. If you're in Mac, you just simply download the latest edition, which is right here, unless you have an older operating system. For Windows, it has multiple packages. You're just going to want to download the base right here. And if you're one of the few who are on Linux, you can actually just download it directly through your package manager. You don't actually need to download it manually here. The second tool that you'll need, which is not necessary, it's not technically needed, but it's very helpful, is RStudio. So RStudio is a platform that sits on top of R that makes R a lot easier to use. Now, I am going to be working in a browser most of the time, which has RStudio running in it. But as you can see, RStudio is free to download. Let's see, where is it? I guess they just added Python recently, so that's interesting. But anyway, you want to just go to Products RStudio, and then you should be able to download it straight from there. You want to download the RStudio desktop. If I can get that going. Okay, you want the open source. You don't need the premium or anything like that. That comes with a whole bunch of other features. Don't really need to worry too much about that. This one, you can just hit download RStudio desktop. Alternatively, you could download the server, although it involves quite a bit of setup. So I'm not going to go too far into that, but you can just click download and it should start to download. I believe it should. Yeah, there you go. So you pick your operating system. From there, you can get the RStudio set up. I'm not going to go through the install process, mostly because I actually run RStudio on an Amazon Web cloud. And when you open RStudio after you've installed it, this is pretty much what it looks like. So you can change some of the settings here by doing the layouts, for example, where you can choose which of these 4 windows here that you want to have. Normally what I like to have is my source code on the left and my console on the right, with the other 2 screens on the bottom, but this is a personal decision, whatever you feel comfortable with. But anyway, yeah, this is R in a nutshell, and this is predominantly what we're going to be working in. You'll notice that it has access to your file system, very convenient. The environment lists out all the variables that you've used. This is just a sketch pad where we write and type our commands, and similar to Python, this is our console where we can type in things that are live. Okay, so welcome to R. In the continuation of this video, I'm going to go through some basics in here, but now that you have an idea of where to go to install R, hopefully you can get it up and going on your own computers, and then just simply follow along with me in the next video.